We'll start with the overview statement from Coach and then open up for questions.
Yeah, thought we were a little better tonight. I thought we kind of controlled it. I thought we got better even as the game went on. The defensive identity was really good again. They run a little bit of a unique press breaker. We were somewhat prepared for it and tried a few different things, and they adjusted theirs as well within the game, which forced us to have to make some adjustments, which I liked. We need to kind of be able to go through some of those things and adjust on the fly. And you prepare one way, and then maybe somebody has a different game plan, and so you've got to be willing to adjust. And but thought we played really well. I thought we came out with some great energy. We flew around on that end. Would still like us to make a few more shots. That's kind of my gripe here early, but I think we made a few more today than we did on Monday, and so hopefully we're kind of getting our legs, and the game is starting to slow just a little bit. Still working in, obviously, some new pieces. Made the one little adjustment to the lineup to just kind of see what that would look like. But, yeah, I thought to get 5 in double figures, I thought there was some good flow to that game. Not quite as many free throws. Both ways, so I thought there was some rhythm and some flow that we didn't have on Monday. So a step in the right direction, plenty to work on, obviously long way to go, but I thought we took a step in the right direction.
So you had that change in the lineup like you mentioned. Does that show how deep this bench can go and you can play and start anybody night in, night out?
Yeah, and I probably won't be messing with the lineup a ton. That's not really my MO most of the time. It was just a little change to see some different lineups and groupings and, what it would look like even with kids off the bench and those types of things. So, but yeah, I think we have versatility. I think we have some depth to the roster. Even like when Cece came in, I thought she had a good game tonight. So, yeah, I think we can play multiple ways. We can kind of play big with 2 traditional post players. We can kind of spread you and space you when we put Riley at the 4. So if we stay healthy, we've got some great versatility. Yeah.
Mark, what'd you see at Sydney, new career high?
Yeah, no, she was good. I thought she had a really good week. I wasn't really surprised, if I was being honest. I thought she prepared the right way. She seemed kind of have a little bit of a different focus to her this week. But happy for her, and to do it with that efficiency is obviously great, so we're going to need it.
Coach, how would you like the rebounding from your team, specifically on the offensive side of the ball?
Yeah, I thought it was okay. I didn't love it on the defensive end. We wanted them under 9 offensive rebounds. They got to 11. But yeah, we've rebounded it fairly well so far, and you have to if you're not shooting it great. On your first go around, you need to hit the glass and get some other opportunities. I think that one possession, what do we have, like 5, maybe 4 or 5 offensive rebounds, I think, on the one possession, which is great, but can we make a shot so we don't have to get some of those offensive rebounds? I was like, that's what they were wide open and we couldn't finish. But yeah, it's just effort. That's what offensive rebounding is a will and a want, and we have some kids that'll go get it.
Coach, you mentioned Sydney's efficiency. I don't know how much of a plus-minus guy you are, but she's at 43. That's pretty astronomical.
That's a good number, right? That's a good number. Yeah. That's about as good as it gets. Yeah, I mean, we had a couple 35s too. But yeah, 43. She was efficient. She's bought in defensively. She talks. She communicates. She's worked hard at it. Spent some time, this week getting in the gym extra, I think, to just kind of hone in on a few things. So, typically that's what happens, when you don't know or it's not falling. I don't know. The only recipe I know is just to keep working and keep grinding, and hopefully it feels and looks a little bit better. I actually thought Sydney turned down a couple that I would have probably launched back in my career. Those would have gone way right back up there. But she was efficient, and she did share it and spread it. I thought she had some nice kick-aheads too. And only had 2 assists, but I thought maybe they were just right back-to-back, but I felt like she got rid of the ball too.
The team scored 45 points off the turnover. What does that tell you?
Yeah, that's kind of our identity, that we still, with losing some of those players a year ago, we were going to have the same identity, but could we sustain it? It might look a little bit different, and it still will at times against certain teams, but the new kids have bought in, and I think they're seeing the benefits and the rewards when it's, we can turn people over and play, in transition with numbers advantages. It can get pretty dangerous pretty quickly.
Did you expect that this early to have a game like that where you score 40+ off turnovers?
Well, at times you do, I guess. You're hopeful of it. I needed to see it against other teams, but we've turned, 32 tonight, and what was it the other night? 31 maybe, something. Yeah, 31. So, if you're above, the goal wasn't even that high. It was considerably lower than that against, Kent, who does take care of it for the most part, but just got him sped up and, did what we needed to do.
Mark, you mentioned you kind of got better as the game went on. Do you think you warmed down some? They didn't break the press as much?
Yeah, and we changed it too, where, we were denying it at first, kind of trying to make it difficult. And then, they got us a little bit. 23, we lost her, and that was maybe the most disappointing thing was we really kind of put a lot of emphasis on her. And she took 9 threes in the first game they had, and she just happened to go 1 for 9. But she was 3 for 7 at half, and then she only got 1 off and missed it in the second half. So I liked that adjustment. And then we made some adjustments to the press, too, just to kind of keep it a little bit more in front and get them in the spots that we wanted them.
Coach, Maddie Parrish, is she okay, or just what's her situation?
Yeah, I think we'll be back next week. So it's not a long-term injury. Not quite day-to-day, but not too long-term.
And then, obviously, this was a 19th home win in a row, an even 20, I guess, coming up on Tuesday. If you get that one, it's early in the season, but these early season crowds, there seems to be more energy than maybe what you remember from a couple of years ago. What's it like playing a home game now as opposed to when your first year here?
Yeah, no, I think the energy in the building has changed for sure from the fall of my first year here. There's no doubt. We feed off of it. We have a great home court. We love playing here. We're getting comfortable here. I mean, that's what I think our players are starting. We get to practice in here a little bit more now. We're playing games in here. You feel the electricity. Some of the new kids have brought that up. That's why they came here. They get to play in front of crowds now, and some of them haven't, in their previous spots. So, yeah, we have a great feel here. We're confident here. I think as we continue to make shots in here, we'll even get better. But if we'll play with that same defensive effort and intensity, I feel good about where we're at today, still knowing there's so much in front of us. But yeah, I mean, we're not counting them. I don't, what we did last year in here doesn't really overly impact other than we've created something special, and hopefully the fans continue to keep coming and come out and support, because I think we've got a great product, and we certainly appreciate it, feed off of it.
I was going to ask you, do the players know of the win streak? Do you guys talk about it?
No, I don't. Yeah, no, I do not talk about that. So now, thank you. No. Yeah, no, I don't. We have no, we don't talk about it. I even saw, I think in the game notes, something about we hadn't lost a non-conference game against a non-power four in forever. I don't even want to know the year, but it was a long time. Quit putting that stuff out there. I don't even want to see that stuff. I'm just trying to win the next one.
You guys shot it better at the free throw line. Was that something that was a little bit of an emphasis in practice this week, or was it just something that you knew was going to figure itself out?
It still wasn't any good. It's not even close to where it's supposed to be. So that was something we just talked about too in the locker room. Was this isn't we can't do this, and we're getting there a lot. And I think this team will get to the free throw line quite a bit, but we have to convert much better than 65%. So we're probably a low 60s right now on the season in the 2 games shooting free throws, and that's not acceptable. So getting there is fantastic. Not converting is not going to work on certain nights.
Coach, the one possession there, I think it was in the second half, where I think Sydney got 4 offensive rebound. Jordan couldn't buy a shot during that possession. Sydney kept getting all the and then I think Mikulski maybe finally finished it off and getting to the free throw line. What was your kind of take on that possession? A lot of good effort there.
Yeah, a lot of the identity of our team and the players kind of came out. Woodley is extra effort. She is just, she's so dynamic on the ball. Her extra effort is great. Proud of her because we made the adjustment and took her out of the starting lineup, and she probably didn't necessarily love that, although she's a phenomenal team player. Was great when I kind of told her what was going on, and then so for her to still play hard and do what she did. She had 6 steals the other night, all those offensive rebounds, led us in rebounding tonight. Jordan got the open looks, and she's supposed to take those. I don't remember, maybe Riley had one too in that stretch, which she's supposed to do, and they're going to make them. But those were the right plays, and kick out threes, offensive rebound, kick out threes is the best time to do it, and known that for forever. But when you go to a gym and you have a rebounder, the ball comes out of the net and you pass it, and that's what an offensive rebound kick out 3 is. Or now we got the gun, and the shooting machine that spits it out to you. Back in my day, it was a person, and so that was the best shot. That was the most high quality shot you could get. So we love those. Really proud of Woodley on that possession, and I don't even remember how we finished. Did we finish it with some free throws? I don't even remember how that possession ended. I was too excited about the rebounds and disappointed by the missed shots, but at least we finished it off.
We gave you guys the edge in time of possession. I know.
I guess so, right? Yeah, if we're keeping track of that, yeah, no doubt.
Coach, Wheeler had 17 points on the offensive side and then 4 steals and 1 block. What does that say about her versatility playing both ends of the floor?
Yeah, I know that kid. We all laughed in the locker room a little bit, or smiled, I guess, because she led us in steals with 4, and she was kind of taken aback by that. But I was like, hey, that's what we do. You're here to defend and play hard and compete and understand that there's another level defensively that kid can get to. And I think slowly she's buying into that, but hopefully a night like this kind of, opens her eyes to what she can do defensively. She's a really good offensive player and she has a really good feel. Even had a couple that I would like for her to finish, that she should have back. But she's versatile. She scores multiple ways, both sides of the rim. She can step out and shoot it. You saw her shoot the one tonight. So she does have the ability to do that. And you'll probably see that more as the year goes and she gets more comfortable.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks
everybody.
Thank you.